Most people imagine monetary collapse as a moment, a crisis, a headline, a sudden failure that arrives all at once. But when you look at history, that's almost never how it happens. Monetary systems don't usually end in an event. They end in a process, a slow one, often so gradual that people living through it don't recognize what's happening until the damage is already done. That's what led me to the question behind this essay. Why do monetary systems end at all? Money is one of the most important social tools we have. It allows strangers to trust one another, trade across distance, and plan for the future. So why would societies abandon something so central to everyday life? When you study the record, the answer isn't doctrinal and it isn't mysterious. Monetary systems end because the rewards and penalties that once supported them slowly change. What begins as discipline drifts towards convenience. What starts as restraint gives way to short-term necessity. And over time, the foundations shift until the system can no longer carry the weight placed upon it. What's striking is that collapse rarely begins with recklessness. It usually begins with decisions that feel reasonable at the time. Wars need funding, debts need servicing, economies need support. Stretching the monetary system often appears easier than confronting deeper structural problems. The change hides in ordinary life, in savings that buy a little less each year, in prices explained away as temporary, in asset markets that start behaving less like investments and more like places to escape to. People sense the shift long before institutions acknowledge it. Behaviour changes before language does. Across history, the pattern repeats. Rome debased its coinage quietly over centuries. Weimar Germany printed to postpone pain until money itself stopped functioning. Bretton Woods didn't collapse in chaos. It ended with a press conference. Different systems, different speeds, but the same underlying dynamic. What actually collapses isn't the printing press or the financial infrastructure. What collapses is trust. Money works because people believe it will continue to work tomorrow. When that belief weakens, people begin looking for alternatives. Not dramatically, but quietly, gradually. And by the time collapse is named, the transition is already well underway. The point of this is not pessimism, it's clarity. Every monetary system reflects the incentives of its time. And when those incentives drift far enough, the system changes shape or gives way to something new. The end of a system is never the end of money. It's the beginning of its next chapter. I've written more about this on Substack if you prefer reading. The link is in the pinned comment.